This is the Talking Fish podcast, the invisible world of lead generation, told by those who actually do it. A virtually unknown world, told one story at a time, with insights into strategies and tactics that work today. Data, facts, and content from sources drawn from first-hand experience. This is the Talking Fish, and I'll tell you about the hidden world behind lead generation that no one talks about.
Welcome back to Talking Fish, where we dissect the ever-evolving world of email marketing and influencer strategies. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Neris Mire. Neris, thanks for diving in with us today.
Thanks, Quen. I'm thrilled to be here. It's always exciting to explore the intersection of productivity and marketing with someone as insightful as you.
Let's start with a hot topic, which I think both our audiences will find intriguing. Metrics that matter, and those that, frankly, can lead us astray. Last time, we touched on transforming followers into leads with strategic email techniques. Today, we'll tackle what data we should really be paying attention to. So, Neris, as someone who's mastered focus techniques, how do you decide what's important to measure?
Great question, Quen. I always start with the end goal in mind. What are we trying to achieve? In productivity, it's about creating systems to improve efficiency. In marketing, it's similar. You want to align metrics that directly feed into your overarching strategy. For example, in productivity, measuring hours worked isn't as valuable as measuring the quality of output.
Exactly. And in marketing, it's easy to get caught up in vanity metrics, like the number of followers or impressions. They look impressive but don't necessarily convert to real engagement or sales. Have you seen this happen often in your work?
Absolutely. It's like chasing shadows. I recall a client who was fixated on increasing their social media likes. They spent tons of resources on flashy content, but their revenue kept stagnating. It wasn't until we shifted focus to engagement rates and customer feedback that they started seeing returns.
That's a classic example, isn't it? Likes and shares can feel rewarding, but if they don't encourage action, they're just numbers on a screen. When I navigate through email marketing, particularly, the most telling metrics are open rates and click-through rates. They give a much clearer picture of whether our content is resonating.
Yes, and in productivity, it's similar when tracking efficiency. It's not about how busy you look, it's about the impact of what you're doing. A good analogy is the artist who spends more time arranging their brushes than actually painting.
I like that. So, let's break down another example. Say we have a marketer focusing heavily on unique page views. What might they be missing?
Well, page views on their own don't tell us much about user behavior. It's crucial to dig deeper, understanding the bounce rate, the path users take through your site, and the average session duration. These metrics can indicate if your content is holding attention and guiding action.
Spot on. I always liken it to having guests over. Sure, you can count how many came through the door, but how long they stayed and what they did while they were there gives you a better sense of their engagement. You once embarked on a rebranding campaign for a client, didn't you? How did metrics play into that journey?
Great memory. Yes, the key was tying metrics to the client's brand goals. We moved beyond awareness metrics and focused on sentiment analysis, tracking how people perceived the brand over time. We also measured conversion rates post-rebrand, which was more telling of the campaign's success.
Interesting approach. It's about making deeper connections. In the last episode, we spoke about strategic emails to convert followers into leads, and this aligns perfectly. Once the email is opened, what actions are being taken? It's not just about the open, it's about what happens next. For our listeners wondering which tool to implement for tracking email metrics, what do you recommend?
Marketing automation platforms like HubSpot or MailChimp are pretty effective. They offer insights that allow you to segment your lists and tailor content specifically to different audience segments, measuring not just opens and clicks, but also the journey of each subscriber.
Indeed, segmentation is key. It's personalizing each user's journey, almost like shaking hands and remembering their name at a networking event. Personal touches mean higher engagement, wouldn't you agree?
Completely. And this personalization goes hand in hand with understanding metrics. You can't effectively segment your audience if you don't know what segments exist. Data tells those stories. It allows us to communicate in ways that are significant to each reader.
Exactly. I remember reading a quote, "Data is like the oil of the 21st century. It's refining that data, knowing what to focus on, that drives success." What future trends do you see shaping how we measure effectiveness and engagement?
One trend is the rise of AI and data analysis. Instead of just collecting data, AI can reveal patterns that humans might overlook. This is immensely helpful for both marketing and productivity sectors. Instead of just mining data, we're interpreting it in meaningful ways.
That's right. Automation isn't about replacing us, but enhancing what we're already doing. At the end of the day, understanding the metrics that truly matter turns data into stories that speak to us and guide decisions.
Well put, Quen. For anyone listening, make metrics work for you by aligning them with your end goals. It's easy to chase trends, but grounding decisions with data tailored to your needs turns numbers into actionable insights.
A great takeaway. It's been fantastic having this conversation with you, Neris. Thanks for your insights and for blending your expertise with ours.
The pleasure was mine, Quen. I hope everyone listening feels a bit more empowered to tackle their data with a discerning eye.
And with that, we wrap another enlightening episode of Talking Fish. Keep those metrics meaningful, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, folks.
Thanks for diving deep with us on the Talking Fish podcast. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more underwater adventures.